Slay the Spire on YouTube. This is not a drill, people. Welcome back. Well, really, it's welcome back to me, I suppose. I wasn't here. Welcome back to some of you. Welcome back to this specific IRC channel. You ever think about how the internet is just, it's always been chat rooms, and it always will be chat rooms? We had chat rooms, then we had like forums, which was like a chat room by correspondence. Then we got like Facebook, which is like, what if all your friends were in the chat rooms? Twitter was like, what if you exposed yourself to the most mentally ill people of all time and they all shared the same chat room? Twitch is literally IRC chat rooms. Chat GPT-4 is like, you know, what if you could populate a chat room only of people who tell you that you're a very special boy? Like, it never ends, man. It's chat rooms all the way down. What seasoning should I marinate my chicken breast in? I don't know, brother. Do I look like J. Kenji Lopez Alt? A little? I actually don't know. I don't know what he looks like. I will say I go through phases of my life. Right now, if I'm cooking for my family, I would go a little bit above and beyond. But cooking for myself, I'm just buying a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store, man. You can't have everything in life. It's not the absolute best tasting chicken you can have in history, that's for sure. But it is like $10.99 for an entire chicken that's reasonably tasty and is already cooked for you and is literally like warm when you pick it up. Like, that's pretty... It's crazy. It's actually cheaper than the raw whole chickens at the grocery store, which is insanity. I know people that watch video essays, they're like, hey, that's a loss leader, idiot. It's called loss leader. My 10th grade economics teacher told me it's a loss leader. Yeah, but I feel like if just embrace the fact that at least we have a loss leader right now, because as soon as my generation takes over being like CEOs of the grocery stores, they're going to be like, okay, step one, we're going to make the raw chickens like even more, or the rotisserie chickens even more expensive. Because people are buying them like crazy. The demand is out of control. First thing I do when I walk into the store is I go, hey, a whole raw chicken is like, $14.99, and a rotisserie chicken that's cooked is like $10.99. We got to raise the price of the rotisserie chicken to at least $15.99. Name the city that has the Canadian Tire Center. Bro, it's fucking Canada. Is this like you tried to get me with like 7 trick questions, okay? And I respect that. You wanted me to say, I don't know, but then I do know that it's where the Ottawa Senators play. So you wanted my ass to say Ottawa, and then you were going to go, actually, it's Canada. I was pogging up in the upper bowl there back when it was the Corel Center. You can't trick me, buddy. You think I don't know what word perfect is? You think I didn't have a computer lab where all the mice were trackballs? Hang on, how do screen regions work on this website again? I don't fully know what we're doing today. We're having a crisis, people. Those of us who have previously doubted the game drought and as a result have not built the callus of playing whatever the heck they want to do are trying to... Now they're struggling, okay? Because they finished the Elden Ring DLC in 45 minutes. And we're trying to come up with multiplayer stuff to play. Can I show you some suggestions that came up today? Lethal Company again, no problem. Jackbox, no problem. Mahjong Soul, I use my personal UN Security Council veto on that. Not going to happen. Valorant, also not going to happen. Rocket League, I will not consent to play Rocket League on stream ever again. It's not 2015 anymore. Codenames, you could probably convince me, but there are some other people that are like, I'm not that into Codenames, and I respect their desire to not be that into Codenames. So we're going through a lot of stuff right now, okay? We're trying to figure something. I'm trying to see if we got some other suggestions here some of these suggestions were mine, by the way, so I'm not saying like I'm infallible. This is a really roundabout way of all starting to play London 2012 again. I'll just drop that there and then not check the Discord for the next 2.5 hours. I do hate that it's Apollo that doesn't like London that much anymore. Because it's like a bird being like, I'm sick of flying. I'm like, you're a bird, man. How could you be sick of winning? It doesn't make any sense. How many showers do you take before you wash a towel? I accidentally, sometimes you have to be deliberate to create optimal workflows. I've accidentally, through drunken master chaos, created the optimal workflow. I showered downstairs because I get sweaty after my workout, and there's a bathroom literally right there. You can't see it, but it's right there. Then I wrap the towel around myself and I walk upstairs because that's where my closet is in my bedroom, right? So I take the wet towel upstairs. Most of the time, I remember to bring the towel back down to my bathroom and thus put the towel on the towel rack and use it the next day. But about once every 4 or 5 days, I forget it in the bedroom. And then when I go up there like 12 hours later, I'm like, oh, this thing's like decrepit now. I just got to get a new one and put it in the hamper. So I would say like once every 3-4 days, I'm on a fresh towel. It's like 12 showers for you. I don't average 3 showers a day. I average, if we're talking about a float, if we're talking about a double, I average maybe like 1.8. I hit as low as 1, but never lower. And I hit as high as 3, but I haven't. The last time I took 4 in a day, I don't know if it's ever happened, to be honest. Y'all are doing laundry too often? What's the perfect emblematic story for, like, I guess I'm Oppenheimer. I am embarrassed and humbled by the magnitude of my own creation. Age 25, no real problems in life, no real responsibilities. I'd love to get into some masturbatory rhetoric about how often you should do the laundry as if it's like actually important. Me at age 35, like, don't you have shit to do, man? Like, we're over it. Can't argue about every little thing. It's hard enough just to do it, man. Now I got fucking people that were born in like the year 2003 are like, is 7 glasses of water a day too much? And you're like, no, I drink 8 sometimes. And they're like, you hate the environment. Then I'm like, well, sometimes I drink 6. They're like, your skin must be so dry. And I'm like, shouldn't you be in fucking, like, working your summer job right now? Like, are you going back to Drexel in a couple of months? Like, make the most of your summer, man.
My chief was like, not even.
I'm not allowed to go in here. I need to have a better outfit. I thought they were shooting at me. That's PTSD. Fuck the time trial, bro. Give me whatever's in here. I love the idea that he would be dead if I pushed him through this window. That's at like the same height that he's currently at.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Hello.
Mister? You're currently don't move.
We're bouncing. We're bouncing. They're engaging me in combat. That's fine. I'm happy you're engaging me in combat. Because I'm not me anymore.
Command, we're at destination. Bad shelter. Shelter, move out.
I'm a different guy. They're engaging me once more. All right, just kill me. We'll start a new campaign. Fuck Colorado, man. Fuck 4th of July. Realistically, we're not going to get any of those, and that's fine. Hey, who's moving the chairs around up there? Are you hearing that? I gotta go put a stop to this. This is crazy. Oh my God, dude. I did basically run up and say, quit effing with the chairs. So far, NL's died and stopped people from moving chairs, riveting content. Oh, my content! My content's been compromised by what? Not being a 5-star silent assassin suit only mission? You knew what you were signing up for. You call me NL. That's not my name. That's a nickname. Nicknames are for friends, and you are no friend of mine, sir. You didn't have to go to that level. It's the asymmetry of the streamer-chatter relationship. I'm getting it on TikTok. I thought TikTok was built different because it's like the platform most associated with cyberbullying. These TikToks that my editor makes, I post them. And it'll be like someone in chat will say something snarky, and then I'll say something snarky back, and then someone with a fucking Squidward avatar is like, well, so many of NL's clips are just him yelling at a fan. What are you talking about? They yelled at me, man. I simply defended myself. Now, we're not used to that because we're in, you know, very soft boy culture. Sorry, I'll try to do better next time in the video game. Sorry, I'm not so great at my hobby. I'll work to get better and relentlessly optimize the fun out of everything that I do in my life to serve the interests of like the most boring people on the planet. Nah, bro, we're goofing off. Wait, hang on. They're explaining themselves. No, they're not. They've probably left. They've been observed, and that's too much. I understand. Your username has been forgotten. I simply remember that it was Aquamarine. So about that Peloton update, what's your problem with the Peloton? It was 110 minutes today because I got on a little bit late. 90 minutes, and I don't even remember. 20 minutes kind of in Vancouver. Zone 2, it was just, it's every day, bro. What do you want me to say? Does your groin ever fall asleep when riding? Yes, you must kill your cock. One of the first steps of getting good at cycling is destroying all the nerve endings in your penis, which can have benefits in other areas of your life as well. Like, you ever see that video of that martial artist just getting kicked in the groin endlessly? It's not all bad, brother. Let me start out with that. Can you give me the long form of the quadratic equation? It's the same dude who is like my content. This is so embarrassing. You believed me when I said I didn't remember your name? Comic_log/color aquamarine. Now this is it's a little bit of a tricky one here. He has a bodyguard. It's not a long run. But it's like long enough. Just feel like this is it's a little ambitious because you can see the spread on this thing. It's asking for explosive duck. Unfortunately, that was the previous campaign, which ended so badly. Okay, here's what you do. This is our moment. What is your problem?
Holy shit! Need some help? What are you? Bring you down.
Syndicate member eliminated.
Go. Go, okay, gun.
Safe house. I'll be in touch.
New campaign. That one kind of pisses me off because we were doing a great job to start with. Where did it go wrong? I feel like nobody was seeing me, and then when I cracked the waiter over the head, everyone was like, get your guns out immediately. That was the worst way to do it? Okay, well, what's your suggestion then, Roger Ebert? I feel like sometimes you just get fucked with the target selection, though. Like, that guy was in a rough spot. Oh, by the way, we're leaving this one. Because I'm not starting a campaign on that, that's like a foul omen. They're always in rough spots, come on. Backseating disregarded, you have TTV in your name. TTV username son or YouTube username daughter? It's a good question. There's stark differences between like the culture of Twitch and the culture of YouTube. As much as I get sometimes a little annoyed with backseating on Twitch as if like the most important thing in the world is being like competent at a 7-year-old video game, I do have to acknowledge, it's like you're going into a buffet and someone's telling you how to like, they're like, there's new crab legs coming out. And you're like, why do you care about that? And you're like, well, it's because you're at the buffet, brother. Like, be realistic. YouTube is crazy because like while people in Twitch are like interfacing with like the jokes and stuff, and this is not comments. The comments are kind of a different story. But on YouTube, it'll just be like the Brazilian flag spammed for like 256 lines straight for like 8 hours. It's like a totally different vibe. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, if you're watching like an illegal stream of like a soccer match or something like that, but I'm trying to learn a little bit about the world around us, okay? So sometimes I got to ask questions. I don't know if this is true, but one of the things I enjoyed a lot about going to Japan this time was deliberately making eye... This is my headcanon, but for me it was like deliberately making eye contact with other foreigners so that I could ruin their illusion of being the only foreigner who's ever had the idea to go to Japan on vacation. I know it because I lived it when I lived in Korea. You know, you would be like out and about, you'd be like, I'm on my Korean adventure. And then like... you'd see like another white guy who's probably there teaching English, and you guys would both mutually be like, I'm just going to pretend I don't see it. But when I was there on vacation, I was like, dude, I'm weaponizing this. I was looking people in the eyes. I was saying like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Dog, you gotta pace yourself. What's up? 2, 3. What's up? What's your favorite brand of iced tea? Cosmic Log, you gotta just relax a little bit, okay? The moment's gone. I have greater aspirations for you than just feeding bait into chat for the next 4 hours, okay? Would you ever vape on stream? No, I don't think so. I've never vaped off stream. I don't even know I would need someone to light it for me, to be honest with you. You're hitting me with the shures, but you got to remember, I'm 35 years old. I'm in that weird like Goldilocks zone of having been told that like cigarettes are something you should never smoke, but simultaneously like vapes hadn't really existed yet. If I hadn't gotten married when I was like 24, I think I could have possibly become a vapor. And I mean that in like a non-pejorative sense, but I just, you know... That data point of getting married, that life event, represents, for me, the end of deliberately courting new vices. It's kind of like, you know, it's time to get a little serious here. Yeah, I do. I think about the alternate timeline NLs from time to time. Not like wistfully, necessarily. But there's probably an alternate timeline NL where I'm like, blowing smoke rings or something like that, and I made like $100 million trading cryptocurrency in like 2011 because I had a friend who was really into it, and I was like, I don't know, seems stupid. There's probably there's a version of that. I'm not even knocking it, you know. I think people, they contain multitudes. Now, I mean, what'll fuck with you, right, is that, like, it's not what I want for myself now, but if I had not been myself now, if I had been myself then who I am now might not be who I would have wanted myself to be if I were the me that I was then, you know what I mean? So in many ways, like, it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy that you're like, I'm glad things didn't go down like that, because I don't know if I would have liked the person that I would have become, but you would have been a different person than the person that you would have thought that you would have been, that you wouldn't have become the person that you are, you know what I'm saying? Does Bizarro NL have a full beard? Yeah, I think Bizarro NL probably went like the normal way that guys deal with like a midlife crisis in their 30s, which is like steroids. Bye. Did Crypto NL get hair plugs? Yeah, I would say so. Crypto NL. Hair plugs? I'm not saying anything bad about tattoos, but Crypto NL definitely has a full sleeve tattoo and considers himself an alpha male, even though he's the same height and 50 pounds heavier. Probably does contain more muscle mass, but also has like 24% body fat. And definitely uses steroids. And what's funny to me is that I think you guys are like, fuck Crypto NL. But I'm like, if I was Crypto NL, I would have been like, dude, I love being on steroids. I love ashwagandha.
Anyone there?
I don't want to eliminate the guy. I didn't want that. You're lucky I'm an exalted being. Otherwise, I simply would have killed you. I would have killed you, but I thought, what about the ripple effect that this would have on his friends and family? Do you prefer grilled salmon or tilapia? Now listen, that's a cosmic log-ass question. I'm pretty piscivorous. Like, I could get down with either, to be honest. Never really felt that rizzed up by tilapia. I do enjoy a salmon from time to time. I guess, given the situation, I have to take salmon on that one, but I don't want to pit two bad fishes against each other. So I'm sure I could shoot the chandelier and bring it down. But there must also be like a winch or something, right? And I'm not talking about Marjorie Tyrell.
Yeah, hey, bro.
Why not just shoot the guy? Too sus. I'd rather do some 13 dead-end drive shit. Don't say that. Someone said this entire building needs to be gutted and the floors whitewashed. I don't want to go off on a tangent. I'm not an interior design Andrew. I didn't think I knew anything about interior design. Is it possible, though, that after taking 20 years of abuse for her interior design choices, Grandma was right? A house with a little bit of must and a couch that doesn't match the carpet in the living room and like smells lived in and has a chair that you just put clean laundry on is actually like so much more soulful than a house that looks like it was made by that couple from Hometown. There's something about it, man. It looks like a place where people actually reside instead of something staged for like a home and garden magazine. Bro said, what, the tuna? This seems bad. Hi, Tomo. Okay, that's horrible. Hello, y'all. That's bad. That's bad. No! You know what's pissing me off? Is that the last 3 mission failures, maybe Colorado notwithstanding, that's the best we've ever failed. We've been patient. We picked our shots. We've been trying to get optional objectives. We've been more successful just walking in and going boom, 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 and then sprinting towards the exit, man.
A new assignment.
We've been on the grind. Yeah. We're going to get there. This might be the typical, like, you got to get worse before you get better sort of situation. Because we've been playing smarter, at least. Better is, I wouldn't even say debatable. I would say it's like demonstrably false, given how the missions have gone. But we've been playing smarter. What's your Duolingo streak at? Cosmic log. I'm saying this out of a sense of like unified human condition, okay? Both you and I will be dead someday, okay?
Still, it's not the chef's fault.
Given the foundational consequences of that information, is this how you want to spend some of your limited time on planet Earth? It might be, in which case I congratulate you on the level of self-actualization. That being said, I don't use Duolingo. Stocks time. Me in medieval Europe, when the astronomer tries to tell me that a comet is a celestial body that has a regular orbit which causes it to pass Earth and be visible by the naked eye, but I think it's a sign from God that the opulent choices of our aristocracy has led us into moral questioning. You know what I'm saying? Stocks time. You know what I'm saying? I don't, I'm sorry. Deca son or Dono daughter? I gotta say, I find the donut more annoying, so I would say Deca son. Can I also say yesterday, it's rare at this age of my life I get to experience something new. For the first time in my life yesterday, I had an apple fritter. It was delicious. I'm inclined to say, though, that I did not taste a single atom of apples anywhere inside of the pastry, which does not, I'm not holding it against it, because it was delicious. But like it had zero apple flavor in it whatsoever. I'm kind of surprised that they call it an apple fritter and they don't call it just like a, you know, a donut with no hole. It wasn't Tim Hortons, okay? It was at a local coffee shop. You had a bad apple fritter? It was delicious. But it did kind of taste like cake in a good way, because cake is also tasty. No, your goat is not washed. He's simply taking a non-normal path to success. If you'll excuse me a moment. Hello, sir.
There's a homeless shelter just a few blocks from here if you need a bed to go.
How about you get some shelter inside of this box? That is an insane thing to say on an island. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that one. Okay, well, I know how to play this game. This is actually, you know what? Maybe I'm trying, it's like a square peg, round hole type situation, right? I'm not the sort of guy who should be trying to play Hitman in the most patient way you could ever imagine. I'm the sort of guy who should be playing Hitman with a little bit of the Joker energy. Squeaks, check this one out. I don't know if you've ever tried this. Now, I disagree. I would consider this to be perfect shooter because I shot what I was aiming at. They don't see it that way, though. They don't see it that way. They didn't see it. They saw it, man. Look at their eyes. They saw it, man. No, no. What would you do here? Okay, that's bad. You gotta go. It's all about reload selection. I'm not sweating that. He won't go. He won't go. That was huge. That was a huge one. We're making it out, bro. I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. I'm gonna lose it. Take a dulls break? But we've been playing really well, man. You haven't? Well, like when the campaign I almost won like a week ago,
A new assignment is
I literally just like walked in with a silenced gun, shot my target, and walked out. I'm getting up to some 13 dead end drive shit, man. Like I'm getting into some sneaky business. It actually seems like just taking a silenced pistol into the mission and shooting someone rated to exit is OP. Did you see that we just got replied to by the daycare that we applied to when Luna was 2 days old? Hang on, let me check on that. I don't have that email, but you might have gotten that email. We're finally off the wait list. They're actually, like, you know me, I'm crypto NL, right? I'm not big on like government regulation to like keep people safe in situations of fervor and stuff like that. The government needs to step in and actually regulate these, like, but this fucked up thing is that they're run by the government, but let's ignore that for now. You have to apply to the daycare, like the wait list, basically, as soon as possible, which requires you to have the birth certificate of your child, right? So we applied when we got our birth certificate, which was like 2 days after she was born. Here's the rules, okay? You say you're like what availability you want. So I'm sure like 99% of parents are like, please, for the love of God, full-time daycare from like the morning until at least the early afternoon. here's the catch, okay? They say, A, if you ever call us or email us for the status of your application, we're bumping you down to last on the list. That seems really fair. And if we ever email you for a spot and you don't take the spot, we bump you to the bottom of the list. That one almost sounds fair until you realize that sometimes you get an email that is like, hey, there's an opening at a daycare you said you would be interested in. It's Tuesdays, 9:30 to 12:30 only. Are you interested? And if you reply and say no, then they bump you down to the absolute bottom of the list. And you're like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like actual real daycare. And at least I'm not saying it's Vancouver specific, but like lots of Vancouver parents have a very similar story, which is why you end up getting almost funneled into these like family private daycare type situations.
I'll be in touch.
So it's like a pretty bad system. I think. Or maybe it's the best system that we have right now, but it's not accomplishing the objectives of the system. Yes, every time someone tries to open a daycare or expand it by like 8 kids, all the neighbors go like, "What, my street parking?" Like it's crazy. Let's see how much you love your street parking when you're fucking, there's no businesses in your neighborhood because nobody can afford to fucking live there. I think about that anytime I'm in like West Side Vancouver. It's like there's such a pithy like social media post you can make. It's like West Vancouver be like, business is closed today due to lack of staff. It couldn't be the business owner's fault. It's lack of staff. Sorry. Also, like no traffic on the streets or on the sidewalks. And then you look up like the MLS listings and it's like every house is $4 million. And you're like, how does this make sense? Why would people want to live here? I guess because nobody's there. But like you gotta drive like to the other side of the city to get a coffee. Hey Al, I was at the bus depot in Kingston and I had the best poutine of my entire life. I find that hard to believe. Are you talking about the bus depot that's next to that Tim Hortons at like, I can't remember if it's Division or like Taylor Kidd Boulevard or something like that? Yes. Where the hell did you get the poutine there? I thought maybe you were talking about there's a bus depot like on King Street, right? Maybe you might have been at like, Bubba's or something. Bubba's is mid? Yeah, but I mean, like, it beats the Tim Hortons that's next to the bus depot. What's your least favorite street in Vancouver? Malik, are you here? This is a great conversation. I mean, there's streets that are more boring, but for me, the worst street in Vancouver is Granville. Because, like, it's almost, downtown at least, it's almost the worst place you could be. Like, I might rather be in parts of the downtown east side than be on, like, the Granville Strip. West Broadway's cooked? Well, like, because of construction, but come on. There's a lot of shit on West Broadway. Why is it bad? Well, it used to be the center of, like, the entertainment district, but, like, all the businesses moved out except for clubs where you can like underage drink at, and like it smells like piss everywhere, and I mean it's just not it doesn't feel like a safe place to be a lot of the time, much less like enjoyable to be at. Cafe is inside of the bus depot. Google says it's called Fardella's. I mean, you have found a rare hidden gem. That's what I'm going to say about that. If that is actually the best poutine you've ever had, you have found a hidden gem. Now, best street in Vancouver, we've gone through a few times before. I don't know. It varies. There's lots of great options. I mean, I saw someone say Kingsway is the worst street in Vancouver. It's definitely like one of the worst streets to drive on. But I think like in terms of the products and services you can find on Kingsway, that's pretty good. I don't really fuck with downtown that much anymore, to be honest with you. I've expanded my purview. But there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with Davie. Commercial? I like being 2 IPAs deep on Commercial, wondering what we're going to eat for lunch, because you really can't go wrong. I'd just be walking around the Commercial as a hobby. It's one of those streets. As much as I was talking shit about West Point Grey, I have to admit, maybe the NIMBYs are onto something, because anytime I'm out there, I'm like, oh shit, the businesses that are open aren't busy at all, which is like really convenient if you're being a patron of one of them. You're like, everywhere else in Vancouver, if you get a stop sign that is like at an intersection where they have a traffic light and you got to turn left, you're like, oh fuck, I might be here for like 20 minutes. But then like when you're in West Point Grey, you're like, oh shit, nobody's coming, man. Let's go. That's why I hate West 4th. It's an annoying place to drive for sure. You can't turn left. I should become the Justin McElroy of ranking McDonald's in Vancouver. So I'll tell you, bottom McDonald's, Tinseltown, aka International Village. Second worst McDonald's, Terminal Avenue, across from Main Street Science World Station. Both McDonald's where I have seen like gastrointestinal distress spill out of the bathroom. UBC McDonald's on Halloween? Well, I've never been to that one. What does it have to do with Justin McElroy? There's two different Justin McElroys, y'all. Two different Justin McElroys here. There's probably more than two different Justin McElroys. Best McDonald's in Vancouver, Main and 25th. You know it must be a good one because I didn't even know there was one there. I'm trying to think, Main and 25th. Main and 25th. I've spent so much time there, I didn't know it either. I mean, a McDonald's people don't know about. It doesn't get any better than that, people. That's 28th. Honestly, that whole... Once you get like south of 16th, it all becomes a little muddy for me, to be honest. Squeaks, watch and learn, by the way.
Office. I feel like giving that bit woman.
Happy to have you here.
I gave this place
Okay, is there something I could turn on in here? I could get a car battery. Is Squeaks good at Hitman? I guess it wouldn't surprise me. I got no reason to believe that he would be bad. He's very good at this game. Squeaks, is this true? I know how it is as a streamer, because like, you know what's annoying about being a streamer is there's asymmetry. Probably I'm better at Hitman than 85% of chat, but 100% of chat knows a streamer who is extremely good, which as a result skews, like they steal that streamer's valor, and as a result make all other streamers seem like they're garbage, even though those people who are calling you garbage are speaking from secondhand experience.
Find anything yet? No.
You think nostalgia is a form of depression? Buddy, how the hell would I know? Did I get comic logged? Was that a comic log comment?
My guess?
It wasn't. I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth then. Anyone know what the EV is on playing the stocks in Hitman? Is it positive EV? Because if it is, like my idol, Sam Bankman-Fried, I would be stupid not to continue just gambling until all my money's gone. It's the right way to do it. It's mathematically the correct choice.
Good job, 47. You eliminated the syndicate.
Hang on, Brimstone?
This is only the tip of the
Seeker
iceberg.
pistol. Seeker pistol. Save me. Save me, Agent 47. Seeker pistol. Save me. Save me, Agent 47. Seeker pistol.
You are ready.
Get out of the car. Okay. Common melee item. Basically couldn't be further from what I asked for. If they let SBF cook a little longer, it would have worked. Me, when I spin it, so actually I didn't lose 100% of my customers' deposits because the crypto market on average rose 50% from the time that I lost it to when we found it. Hey, man! It's called Diamond Hands. Sam Bankman-Fried, when Samuel Credit Union Jailed walks in. I stole it from chat, but it was good.
I'll be in touch when you reach your destination.
Don't listen, please. You got to remember, I've been bald for we're closing in on like 20 years. It's been 15 years or so. Okay. Maybe a little bit longer than 15 years now that I think about it. But so like once a week, somebody makes a viral tweet about baldness and like 100 people at me in it. And I just like, I don't have the stomach, man, for like another possibly 40 plus years of the same bald jokes coming up. I'm not saying it's a bad joke. It's just like, you don't need to show it to the only bald guy you know. That's like,
The syndicate is
it just gets old. Exactly. So the tweet was like, being high when you're bald must be crazy. Don't you just get high and go like, wow, I have no hair? And I'm like, no, because you like live your whole life with no hair. So that's like normal. I don't know what kind of shit you're smoking, but we're not in the same circle at least. So I don't take offense to it, and I don't even think that they shouldn't have tweeted it. I'm just like, you don't have to show it to me. Like, at least like 10 people added me and were like, what are your thoughts on this? And I'm like, I don't know, man. What do you want me to say? I know I'm bald. I'm not even saying like get some new material or something. I'm just like, you know, I just don't know how you expect me to react. Also the road rage video. Listen, I will acknowledge that he resembles me. The only reason I get upset sometimes is people say he looks just like you, which is not true. Yeah, that's Crypto NL. Thank you. He resembles me. There's no doubt about that. Brother, that is you. It is not me. The dude's like 225. What about the dumpy pic? The dumpy pic, the guy is bald. He does not look like me. His butt kind of looks like my butt. But he does not look like me. Disagree? I mean, honestly, Alex, I'm not asking you to back me up here unless you truly believe it. But as a bald person, non-balds can't be trusted on whether bald people look alike. That's my lived experience speaking on that. People will really like show you a picture of like Jason Statham and then like Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, and they'll be like, these are the same guy. And you're like, they're not the same at all, man. Okay, but Dana White and Joe Rogan do look alike. That one is just true. It was my turning point into madness. What was your turning point into madness? Librarian? The ass pick? The guy does not look like me. I will recognize he is bald, but his face does not look like my face. He doesn't, man. He doesn't. He doesn't. I know what I look like. I kind of look like the road rage guy. I do look like, and I've been tweeted this for like 10 years. I do look like when Joel from Community puts on the bald cap and dresses up as the dean. That's for sure. That's undeniable. I'm not saying I have a completely unique like phenotype on Earth. That's psychotic. But like, I get way more false positives. Sorry, Jeff, not Joel. You're right. His name is the actor's name is Joel. Yeah. Saved. I get way more false positives that are like, you look like this guy you don't resemble at all, than false negatives, which is me saying I don't look like this guy that I obviously look like. You denied the road rage guy for ages? At some point, you just got to say, I guess, where there's smoke, there's fire. But, like, he really is, like, 40 pounds heavier than me. You just got to acknowledge that one. Also, he's wearing some fucked up, like, Oshkosh Pagosh hoodie. Now, I'm not necessarily, like, the king of style, but, like, you wouldn't catch me wearing that shit outside, especially if I'm on dash cam. I don't know. He looks like you from 3 years ago? Oh, so you can't have it both ways, Chad. Because when I started losing weight, people were like, you don't even look like you've lost weight. You look exactly the same. And then I put like a picture of myself with a head like a fucking cantaloupe on the screen. And then I put my face right next to it. And people were like, you look exactly the same. And I was like, come on. Because look at, just give it a second here, okay? Add image. Let me go, let's create a new old NL. And then browse. Let me just find like a random one here in the thumbnails folder. People were literally like, this is the same man. And it is, but it isn't. I do kind of look like him, though. That's true. I will say somebody linked me. Well, I've been getting linked to a lot of messed up stuff. I already talked about insanely hairy bodybuilder thumbnail where he's shaving his entire torso before his bodybuilding competition. But then also, people keep linking me to this guy that is like, you know, insane road rage clip. And the guy that gets out of the car and threatens to fight the guy who cut him off or whatever, he doesn't look like me at all. Like, he looks like he's like just a random bald guy from Kentucky or something like that. But somebody said they typed in the Dolly Mini bald streamer eating a sandwich, and the bottom left image is me. Even though it didn't draw the face nicely, I was like 8 of them. I was like not even close, and honestly, it's a little hairist of you to think that all bald people look the same. The bottom left one, though, I was like, that's me. That's my head shape. I wear clothes that are that color sometimes. Like, you pretty much got me. Other bald people can probably relate to this, but people with hair are not good at telling bald people apart. There are some bald people I look like. The most complimentary, although I don't fully agree with it, is the episode of Community where Joel McHale pretends to be the dean. He dresses up as the dean, so he's bald. That one's like, that doesn't bother me that much, at least. Rubber bullets. We got some bounce. No, burn damage up. That's unnecessary. I do not look like Stephen Del Duca, the head of the Ontario Liberal Party, okay? The dude is like literally 60 years old. Mark Strong, that's very complimentary. And much like Mark Strong, I'll take on anyone. I don't really think I look like Moby. I feel like I got like at least 30 pounds on Moby. And he's got like 20 years on me. I'm not offended by all of them. I'm just offended by some of them. Why did he even change disguises? It's called security. Why wouldn't I change disguises, man? What does it cost? Like an 1/8 of a picocalorie to press G for 2 seconds? You got nothing to worry about. I'm flexing on him. Gym bro calculating calories while gaming. Don't accuse me of being a gym bro, okay? I just exercise. It's not my life. Dude on keto, realizing he can eat 1 extra lettuce leaf because he jerked off 4 times today. Fuck you! You step into the arena with the king of the straw men? I don't even know what my next mission is yet. 1 second. Peloton is in your bio? No, the fuck it isn't. It's in my tags. Would you ever stream a Peloton ride? No, it's boring enough to do them. To watch them. It's one of those things where like the only people who would watch them should be like on a list somewhere in Virginia. Please, I'm begging you. No, man. I was just laughing at someone asking what my thoughts are on the Alec Baldwin verdict. Because the way that I think you could write it in a way that is funny. And you would be like in on the joke, but I don't think you wrote it in that way. I think you wrote it in like a culture war way, which is very amusing. Oh no, it's a reference. There's a video of someone asking if Alec Baldwin called them a sea sucker, or if he called her a sea sucker, she called him a sea sucker. I don't know about all that stuff, man.
I really appreciated the acting that he did on Saturday Night Live, and I really appreciate his politics.
You told one of the witnesses who disagreed with you during an interview that you thought Mr. Baldwin was a cocksucker.
I do not recall saying that.
Hang on, I do have a syringe. It is a sedative. That's too sus. I don't trust that one. That seems too sus to me.
Hey, who are you?
She literally hates me. Yo, just chasing me down, bro. Yeah, chase me into the bathroom. Is there a bathroom? Leave me alone. Okay, this is obviously bad. Oh, that's enough workout for one day, she said. Okay, hello. Maybe put that away. Okay, well, it's gotta go down like this then. I'm sorry. I wish it didn't have to go down like this. It has to go down like this.
What are you waiting for?
What are you talking about? How are you shooting me?
Release that person now! Oh my god! Stop it!
Don't go on premises. Gunshots fired.
Relax.
Take him down! Understood. Nothing in my position.
Fuck these paper walls, bro. Heat vision. Sun.
Bastard out!
Nice try. I'm not even sweating that. Motherfucker! It doesn't make sense!
It appears that you ran out of luck.
She was using some kind of fucked up periscope or like the Gere type camera, man. Could have just shot her on the stairs. Librarian, to see you become type A. That's the most devastating of all. Even you? Okay. I think that's enough Hitman for today. You pulled a gun in the fitness studio? Because she was like accusing me of being a criminal when I didn't do anything.
Going into hiding.
That's self-defense, man. Okay, slash marker Hitman. No, we're not going to play Slay the Spire. We might play some Fishdle. But first I'm going to go to the bathroom. I was thinking about playing some Ember Word too. Don't get me wrong. But then I was like, if I'm going to play Ember Word, maybe I should just play fucking... Bloons Tower Defense 6. But then I was like, I looked at Bloons Tower Defense 6 and I'm like, I'm not going to play this shit. That's not going to happen. As someone who doesn't understand balloons and would be starting from basically zero, refusing to play Elden Ring for no reason, there's a good reason I don't want to play Elden Ring. That's like the best reason I could think of. You ever fuck with Bartleby the Scrivener? No, of course you wouldn't. Brandon Sanderson Stan. Bartleby the Scrivener doesn't have any fucking mages in it. I wouldn't read that shit. Plus, it's only like 72 pages. I only read books that are 900 pages and have a fucking map of a fake world on the first page, on the inside cover. Please leave Brandon Sanderson alone. I don't know anything about him, okay? Except I know that he writes fantasy novels that are well respected. I don't know enough about the fantasy genre to come up with a bad fantasy author to insult instead, okay? J.K. Rowling. Oh, I do know. But that, like, J.K. Rowling's like a little too easy. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve the targeting, but it's almost like, it's like one of those, when comedians post themselves doing crowd work and they're like, I don't come to the dick sucking factory and smack the cock out of your mouth, so why don't you stop hassling me at work? And like everybody laughs, but like everybody laughs because they've heard the same joke 1,000 times before. And then like one person who's never heard it before stands up and cheers. And you're like, but it's like, you know, it's like playing D4, D5, you know? Why don't you mix it up a little bit? You have it out for Jimmy Carr? All I know about Jimmy Carr is the TikTok that's like the him on stage is like like I don't want to necessarily call it dark humor, but it's just like, you know, slaughtering sacred cows for a joke. And then him on a podcast is always like, the thing about comedy is it brings us together. It speaks to the innate silliness of the human experience that we can all share this together. And then on stage, he's like, what if your fucking dad died?
Fat kids. They've got enough on their plate. It's so important to be kind. Stop tip-tapping away on that phone. Grab the person nearest to you and say, I see you. And you matter. I was recently at a pond in Liverpool. It was full of scum. And the pond wasn't clean either. And comedy brings people together, Stephen. It really does. I mean, I have people message me all the time.
It's a good TikTok. You don't really have his patented laugh? I don't watch panel shows, okay? I don't really watch anything. I watch The Road when I'm driving. That's about it. I mean, I watch my phone a little bit when she's at the playground, but like, not an irresponsible amount. Good God, man! What major pizza chain began selling handheld mini pizza puffs sold in sets of 4 under the name Crazy Puffs? Little Caesars, maybe? They're always trying to... Yep, they're always trying to innovate. Can I say something? I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not judging. I'm merely serving as a mirror for relatively normal society to reflect itself at degen internet culture, okay? Here's my observation as the completely guiltless and blameless mirror that has no opinions of itself, but merely serves as an avatar, a surrogate for society's real opinions that they feel too cowardly to say. If you order something from a pizza place that's not pizza, you order pizza too often. That's my normie take. I'm not gonna insult ordering pizza, but whenever I go to like the Papa John's website and they're like, are you gonna get a papadilla? It's a quesadilla with pepperoni. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm here to get pizza. I'm not here to, I don't know what kind of mad science Dr. Frankenstein's cooking up in New Jersey. Just give me like a pepperoni pizza or something. Pizza and a salad? Sure. Pizza and breadsticks, pizza and wings, no problem. But if you're like, I want to order from Papa John's, but I've had too much pizza recently, maybe I'll get a papadilla. That's where I'm like, I think you got to pull back from that ledge, my friend, and cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. Following 2 women attempting to make it in New York, this show is called Broad City. Johnny Depp played a mystery writer in the movie Secret Window. Finally, some real cinema. But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain, I'm on the bleachers. That's Love Story. I know it. It's not Love Story? It's You Belong With Me? She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. It's a love story, better not forget. Really? I thought for sure, because like in 2011, I worked with a couple in Korea who were really into Taylor Swift because they were from Kentucky. This was like pre the Taylor Swift like assance, the Swift assance. So they would always go to like Noraebang with us and sing Taylor Swift songs. I thought for sure I knew that shit was Love Story, bro. Pan Pizza, Jersey Pizza, New Jersey, New Trial, Mistrial, Miss Testy, Miss Piper, the Pied Piper, Pied Rabbit, Peter Rabbit, Peter Parker. Peter Piper picked a, is that Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers? Maybe that is right. It is. I got him confused with the Pied Piper, who was not involved with that pepper business. Kinky, short, surly, testy. Short, surly, testy cross. When a manlet is mad. Words you use to describe an angry manlet. Trial, preliminary, exploratory, pilot. What is a prospective instance of something perhaps ongoing in the future. Merrily Kinky Fiddler jersey. The first word of Broadway shows. Ooh, we're kind of going Mariah mode on connections these days. That was a clean one. Albanese 8-flavor gummy bears. 2.5 pounds of gummy bears. Colors from real fruits and vegetables. That's good that that's where they get the colors from. 2.5 pounds of gummy bears feels like an awful lot. It's like a kilogram of gummy bears. I got to imagine that shit is at least $11.99. Wow. I mean, I get that it's sugar, but like, I mean, there's two components in the price of, so I mean, there's multiple components, you know? There's the cost of the ingredients, which is like sugar and a mold, which is zero. But then there's the amount that people like demand it, which for gummy bears seems pretty high. That's almost like irresponsible. 2.5 pounds of gummy bears for less than the price of a $5 6-inch. Oh, so this is cheap, but the fucking 4 liters of marinade, you're like, it's mostly just lime juice. Disingenuous so-and-sos. $7 is a good price for 2.5 pounds of anything. Oh, but apparently $4.99 is not a good price for 4 kilograms of marinade? You don't even stand by your principles, man. Okay, now let me just think that we ran into trouble yesterday, okay? Hachi, A Dog's Tale. It stars Richard Gere. I know that because he's on the poster. So you take Richard Gere, you go, I mean, there's many different avenues that just spring to mind. I'm thinking you go Runaway Bride, Julia Roberts, Ocean's 11, Matt Damon, Good Will Hunting, Ben Affleck, Dazed and Confused. Richard Gere, Runaway Bride, Julia Roberts. Sorry, I got distracted. Ocean's 11, Matt Damon, Good Will Hunting, Ben Affleck, Dazed and Confused. Boom. 18 seconds. I'm gripping. Oh, Mystic Pizza. That one, I forgot Richard Gere's in there. Richard Gere is a weird actor in the sense that, like, he was, like, famous back then, but he's not that famous anymore. Like, I feel like if I was in conversation with somebody and I was like, what's your favorite Tom Cruise movie? They would have, like, an answer. But if I said, what's your favorite Richard Gere movie? They would be like, who's that guy again? The gerbil threw off his career? Is that a South Park reference? Sylvester Stallone spread a rumor that Richard Gere put a hamster in his anus. There's no way that rumor has any kind of validity, right? That just... Richard Gere gerbil. Where did the Richard Gere gerbil rumor come from? There's how that gerbil story really started. Oh, they're clickbaiting me. I see a Team Coco video from Conan O'Brien. Conan thinks the Richard Gere gerbil story is, quote, completely ... Come on, man! I gotta know! This shit looks like the mark of Cree. Metacritic score of 72. What is this? This is like Mario Party Superstars. That would have been insane, man. This looks very familiar. Is this like Fallout Tactics? That game doesn't exist. It's it's Blood Bowl 2, not 3, which, okay, it's Blood Bowl 1. Also known as Blood Bowl. There you go. I played Blood Bowl 1, 2, and 3, man. I was excited for 3 until I played it and it was completely broken. And then also has that classic problem where you're like, oh, this game looks cool, let's get into it. And everybody's like, yeah, it's so much fun. And then you play against somebody and you realize that they have like 40 years of playing the game in a tabletop situation and they just body you like while being on their phone simultaneously. And you're like, oh, yeah. I forgot. Chess for Hearthstone nerds. Dude, I was laughing. So I was listening to the Behind the Bastards about Sam Bankman-Fried when I was on the Peloton this morning. I was laughing because he was talking about how, like, Michael Lewis wrote the book Going Infinite, and he's obsessed with Sam Bankman-Fried always taking, like, multi-million-dollar meetings while playing a video game. And I was like, please mention the game. Please mention it. Did you know it was Storybook Brawl? The look on my face when Robert Evans said he was obsessed with a game called Storybook Brawl, I was like, what? I thought I'd never hear about that game ever again in my life. Was Storybook Brawl? It's kind of like, I don't know, like really slightly more complicated Hearthstone, I guess. It's like Hearthstone Aesop's Fables edition. Yeah, FTX bought the game and turned it into, you know, a Web3 situation. I played it once. I was also laughing because apparently Michael Lewis describes Storybook Brawl as like the most strategically complicated game of all time. And then I remember I played it on stream once and got like a 10-win arena on my first try, despite being an idiot. And I was like, man, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. Oh, man. That was not my experience. Was that it was like, sorry, those are my bot games. Those are my bot games. Sorry. This is Super Smash Brothers Brawl. It just has that brawl sort of, like, this is what denim looked like in 2008. That's not even, you shouldn't even be applauding that I got the right Smash Bros. Like, I was there, man. I bought that shit day one. I was making maps called Nissan Skyline that looked like a car. A racing shooter simulator adventure game, that's Twisted Metal 3. Oh. Racing shooting simulator adventure. It's not Twisted Metal 3. Is Grand Theft Auto 3? Yeah! It had every genre. How is GTA racing? You gotta race home from school to play it before your mom gets home from work and is like, what the hell are you playing? You're 12 years old. I wonder, I mean, I'm sure that, like, you have that experience for games. Vice City is one of the last games I played, and I know it was like 20 years ago, but it blew my mind. I was like, I can't believe this is possible with present technology. Ninth or 10th, it must have been 9th grade, high school lunch, running to my friend's house that was like 500 meters away just to watch him drive around Miami while like licensed music played. I was like, this, like 5 years ago, my ass was playing Super Mario World, going like, burp, 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 burp. And I was like, they modeled Earth, man. They modeled Earth. It's a living, breathing city. Me when the Hitachi Magic Wand 2 came out. I'm sure it was different. Like, if my dad played it, he'd probably be like, oh, cool, you can drive a car. And then he would have gone back to, like, reading the newspaper or something. But, like, it's just interesting. Like, if you were 13 in 2002, that was what was popping for you. Like, it'll blow your mind. But if you're, like, 13 in 2010, what was blowing your mind in 2010? And don't say Riley Reid, okay? It's beneath you. Disgusting. Skyrim? Maybe that's the best option. Because, like, when I played Skyrim, I was like, why am I wasting my time with this? And everybody else was going around, Fuzro da, Fuzro da, Fuzro da, Fuzro da. And they kept that shit up for like 8 years. I was like, I don't get it, man. I guess I just don't get it, which is fine. There's lots of things to get and not get, allegedly speaking.
Austere, an adjective meaning stern.
German politics.
Quotient, a noun meaning the. A thrasonical, an adjective meaning of relating to, resembling, or characteristic of thraso, bragging, boastful. Thraso comes from Latin thrason, a bragging soldier character in Terence's comedy Eunuchus. A thrasonical, an adjective meaning of relating to, resembling, or characteristic of thraso, bragging, boastful. Thraso comes from Latin thrason, a bragging soldier character in Terence's comedy Eunuchus. A thrasonical. A adjective meaning of relating to, resembling, or characteristic of Thraso.
No, there was no shot, man. I was in no man's land.
Oscillation.
Okay,
A noun
yeah.
meaning the
Yeah,
action or
that's
state of
doable.
oscillation. Shingle. A noun meaning
Oh, man. I don't even remember what this word is. Athrasonical?
avifauna. A noun meaning the birds, or the kinds of birds of a region, period.
All right, that makes sense.
Morel. A noun meaning any of diastalysis. A noun meaning the breakdown of bodily tissues. New Latin refers to the Latin language used since the end of the medieval period. Diastalysis. A noun meaning the breakdown of bodily tissues. New Latin refers to the Latin language used since the end of the medieval period. Diastalysis. A noun meaning the breakdown of bodily tissues. New Latin refers to the Latin language used since the end of the medieval period. Diastalysis.
I can't even
A
see
noun
the
meaning
word,
the
man.
breakdown
I
of
can't even
bodily
see
tissues.
the word.
New Latin refers to the Latin language used since the end of the medieval period. Diastalysis. A noun meaning the breakdown of bodily tissues. New Latin refers to the Latin language used.
And that's fucked. I don't know what they're asking me for there.
Plagiarism. A noun
That's a
meaning an
given?
act or
That should be in the easy camp.
ossicle. A noun meaning a small bone or bony structure, such as the mali.
We get those. Tell me what you were asking for. Histolysis. Histolysis. I mean, we were on the right track. And then thrasonical. Thrasonical? We were close. Bionicle ass. Fucking Lego Ninjago. I don't know what any of this shit is, to be honest. Ninjago when Ninja Stay walks in. Bionicle and Trionic. We got lots of jokes we could do. John Bionicle. John Ninjago. Ninjango. Sort these sports by when they were first competed at in the modern Summer Olympics. Bro, they gotta bring tug of war back to the Summer Olympics. That shit would go crazy. Mongolia would be on top for sure. Okay, starting with the newest, beach volleyball was pretty new. Skateboarding is newer. Tug of war is probably old as fuck. Fencing has got to be down there too. I think, honestly, I like it as it is. I'll take that. Any day of the week, I'll take that. 2020, 2000. Triathlon's younger than beach volleyball in the Olympics? That's kind of crazy to me. They really only ran... I do feel like tug of war is one of those sports where like you're guaranteed to get injured in like a very non-impressive way. Like it's just going to like rip the muscles off of your backbones. So maybe that's why they stopped it. But it is kind of crazy that triathlon is like swim, run, bike. Or maybe a swim, bike, run. And then biathlon is like, you'd think it would just be like run, bike. But they're like, nah, bro. Cross-country skiing and shooting a rifle. That's fucking sick. That's crazy. They completely reversed it. Yeah, then the decathlon, I don't even know. They're like throwing frisbees and shit. Do not biathlon when triathlon runs into the room. Stop. Please do it. No, last month maybe, okay? I'm not qualified to talk about it anymore. People are getting offended. When I say the most openly horny people online are people who are doing no fucking, it used to just be something we could all laugh about, but now they're like, oh, he's ace-phobic. I'm not ace-phobic. I'm asking questions, okay? I don't know what's going on. I'm an explorer in a curious world. I will say I had a boomer's conception of ace or asexualism, which is when somebody blew my mind in chat where they were like, asexual people can be horny. I was like, what? And then I thought about it for like a second and I was like, that makes sense. You could like, be hungry even if you're not Joey Chestnut. That seems like the base principle. I just never really thought about it. plus 2 plus 2. Do I get it? No, but by asking questions, I'm starting to build an idea of what it is so that I can get it. Higher percentage of people who have individual income over 100K. It's got to be San Jose. Higher percentage of people who are uninsured. So I do look at Iowa as like, keep the government out of my business. But then like this place doesn't even, I mean, that shit is not even English, man. And there's like no roads. These are like capillaries. So I think I got to go with the Laredo, Texas media market. Higher mean daily high heat index. I got to go with Texas over Virginia just due to like latitude. Higher percentage of adults with diagnosed diabetes. I would probably go with Texas. Higher percentage of workers employed in educational services. I would probably go with San Jose. Because I'm sure all the Google employees have their kids in like 25 different academies. I'm insane today. I didn't mean to cook Texas, man. I'm just answering questions. If it was like, which one of these places has highest hat circumference on average per capita, I'd be like fucking Texas. I thought it was so I've went to Miami in 2014. When I flew into Dallas and then to Miami, and everything was what I would call normal. And on the way back, I flew into Houston and then to Vancouver. And when I got off the first plane in the Houston airport and everyone was wearing 10-gallon hats, I was like, this is fucked up, dude. I didn't know that was like, I don't mean this to be rude. I didn't know that was shit you like wore out. Like I'm not making a joke. When you go square dancing, of course you wear like a cowboy hat. I didn't know you're like, I'm going to the airport. I'm going to put my cowboy hat on with my cowboy boots and stuff. Don't Albertans dress the same way? I don't know. I've only flown into Calgary once. They must have packed the hats away. I'm sure at the Stampede they do, but my coworkers wear them every single day. Do you work on a ranch or like, it's a cool looking hat. It's a statement. I was just surprised. I was like, you know, I feel like it would be like if you came up to Canada and like everybody was wearing the Olympic mittens or something like that. Yeah, during the Olympics it happens. But like, or if you like went to Sweden and everyone was wearing like a helmet with the Viking horns on it. I don't know. It was surprising to me. It's a look. I'm not even making fun of it necessarily. I could not pull it off. I would look like the Yodel kid for sure. People would be like, he don't know what to do. Oh, no. Okay, it's faces. I think it's Forrest Whitaker and Ben Stiller, man. Am I insane? Oh, that was... Ooh. He's almost 70 years old. Denzel Washington. He's known for Spider-Man, Finding Nemo, and Poor Things. Albert Brooks? No, I don't. J.K. Simmons? Willem Dafoe? I'm sorry, that's Forrest Whitaker and Ben Stiller. That's 2014 Ben Stiller mixed with Forrest Whitaker. They did not, no, they used the wrong photo. Willem Dafoe is not in here. No, this one's not Nick Kroll. But that one time was definitely Nick Kroll. Okay, daily news quiz. Here we go. I'll continue without saving my progress. This is a tough one. We like to be bitterly disappointed. Rob Williams, fan of this country's soccer team. England. It's actually an offensively easy question. Okay. Willem Dafoe when Willem the Friend walks in. Willem the Friend when John the Friend walks in. Guess the 5 countries that export the most nuclear reactors? United States of America? I mean, I would assume China has a large manufacturing base. They're doing none of them, man. They're doing none of them. So I'm thinking, like, who makes engines? Because a nuclear reactor is kind of just like an airplane engine, and those motherfuckers are manufactured by Rolls-Royce. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I have no idea, man. Germany, even though they have to export them because they're not allowed to use them themselves. I knew it! That shit has got Siemens all over it. Engineering-driven nation, Japan. We crossed the bronze. I'm stunned. Russia, Sweden, United States, Germany, Spain. Okay. I mean, that's tough. I mean, it is and it isn't tough. Russia, I should have gotten, but I was worried that I was falling to the bait. That was like, you associate them with the atomic age. They could have been importing the fucking turbines from Latvia, for all I know, man. Fishdle. This is what you've all been waiting for. I need a hint. Barracuda. Yeah, dude! If anybody else get Fishdle in too today? Watch Tennessee man's viral brain snap over fishing access. You should play Mahjong Handle. Okay. Mahjong Handle. Everyone relax, okay? I'm gonna... I mean, fucking... 4 wins. Hand must include at least 1 Yaku. That's not a Yaku, bro. That's a flush. Okay, all fucking simples, bro. Hand must include 1 Yaku. What? Bro, that's a Yaku. That's all simples. You're lacking a pair. Oh, wait, I forgot about the way that this motherfucker works. Okay, 1 second. What the fuck is orange and blue mean, bro? You want me to do a fucking code review? You got the Yaku. I don't know what that means, man. I don't know what it means. Blue means it's in the right position. Orange means it's also here somewhere. Oh. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. It's too much. It's just too much for me. Rundle, please? Sure, man. Here you go. Rundle. Guess today's random RuneScape character on Rundle. I don't even know. I don't know. I thought it would be like a Nordic rune, as if that would be easier. You know what though? I didn't play Dotadle yet today. I always love playing Dotadle. I only know 3 things about RuneScape: Bodhi, Chibli, and Lumbridge. Guess today's hero from Dota 2. Mirana. Nah, dude, not even close. You're not even in the right ballpark, buddy. So it's a melee character. That's fucking Sven. But Sven is like a guy, so never mind. He's a human. Anti-mage is a male. He's also a human. He's an easy character, no disrespect. So we're looking for perhaps a jungler like Life Stealer. Oh, it's not an Oglody. A strength-driven off-laner. Perhaps you've heard of him. His name is fucking Slark or Slardar. He's not a Marant, but he is an off-laner. Bro, we're in there! That's like Slark, dude. He's got to be the same character, right? Oh! He's not a Marant, you fool. He's not a Marant. How do you like my axe, Axe? That guy is named... He looks like this. Because it's not Axe. It's the guy... His name is Blood Seeker. Oh! Come on, man. Axe? Oh, he's an Oglody. My mistake. So he's got a history with this guy. All right. It's so makeable. Okay, here's my loading screen clue. You ready? I don't know who that is, but he is a centaur. Centaur, this motherfucker was not in Dota 2 when I played. I was doomed. Who the fuck is Centaur Warrunner? He was? No, he wasn't. He was in Dota in 2004. He was not in Dota 2. He was added in 2012. I've never seen this guy before in my life. He's in Dota 2 from release? No shot. No shot. I've never seen him, with God as my witness. Release year 2004? You don't understand. That's Dota, the Warcraft 3 mod. We're talking about Dota 2 here, okay? I've never seen this guy before in my life. He was added in 2015 or 2016. I'm innocent, brother. I'm innocent. October 2012? Nah, this guy doesn't exist. He was added in 2012. Yeah, maybe if you're Ice Frog, if you're playing Dota 2 with Gaben. But if you were playing on the real live servers, this motherfucker was not in the game, okay? I tell you that for free. Either way, we got it, because we're the best to ever do it. Now, with an ability icon, can we guess Dota? Absolutely. He was even in auto chess. Auto chess came out like 7 years after I stopped playing the game. You're making my point for me. This is Enigma. This is Phantom Lancer. This is Phantom Assassin. This is Faceless Void. This is Darkseer. Wow! Oh, it's upside down. That's Wall of Replica, bro. Come on. Who's this? Warlock. Oh, he was in the fucking game, dude. He was in the fucking game. You think I don't know shit about Warlock? Fuck you, man. Dotadle in 1. All you idiots were saying Doom. Imagine, man. Imagine. I'm not going to do Porndle, okay? Oh, I haven't played Knuckle yet today. That's right. That's Donovan Bailey's head. No, that's Jerome McGinley's forehead wrinkle. Actor, oh, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is like half Canadian, but he was born his father was born in Amherst, Nova Scotia. Canada is happy to claim people who are like half Canadian, but like The Rock has like a half Canadian dad and was born in Hawaii himself. So I don't think he's Canadian. Also, I don't really want him. Most mid filmography in human history, perhaps. I don't really care for The Rock, to be honest with you. I don't have any like strong feelings against him. He just kind of inspires like a a certain vacuosity of feeling inside of me. I don't mean any disrespect. I just... Okay, Balatrodle. I think it's... The more we scrape the barrel of those, the better it gets. Enter a joker. Easy. I can think of a joker in this game. Constellation. Holy cow. So this is yes, yes, yes. What does this mean? It's... Like, is this right or is this wrong? It's not uncommon. Why is this shit green, Don Norman? It's not uncommon, and it's not $6. It scales. Campfire. It's that easy. A $9 joker at rare that scales. Boom. Balatrodle, get control deed. Any other dulls? Subway sandwich dull. No, man, that's the restaurant. I want a game based on the restaurant. I want you to show me an ingredient and I guess the sandwich, okay? GeoGrid, I'm not like a flag guy. I'm more of like a Bandle guy. Except I hate Bandle because this song was released in 2023. Released last year with 817 million views. I'm on the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, I'm right over here. Why can't you... I don't know. This is Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Oh! Thank you, Peloton. Thank you, Peloton. Only reason I could have realistically known that. I could see why they call this Pop Song 3. Pretty decent song. I mean, it's okay. Write my name in the sand. Talk to myself for hours. Hold my own hands. I could take myself dancing. Oh, this is where she can hold her own hand and she can love herself better than he can. Something like that. It's probably my favorite Miley Cyrus song of the 4 I know. We got 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left. People do tell me to check out Lingo on Steam a lot. Steam Lingo, a first-person word puzzle game with an abstract world to explore. Mayhaps one day. Mayhaps. I think you might catch my ass. I never thought I'd see the day. You might catch my ass doing one Slay the Spire run. With God as my witness. I mean, this is how you know we're droughted, man. I promise not to chat. No. Just wait for the intro, okay? We can create a conducive chat environment. Slash marker. Slay the Spire. Gamers, we are playing Slay the Spire on Twitch. Can I explain to you why? On the weekend, I don't get much gaming time. Sometimes when my daughter is in a class and I'm in the waiting area, I can play Slay the Spire on my phone. Beat Ascension 20 as the Ironclad on my phone. Beat Ascension 20 as the Silent on my phone. Stuck on Ascension 18 as the Defect on my phone. Now, so I've been playing a little Slay the Spire on YouTube, but I don't have my cloud save. By the way, sometimes it takes a second for the screen region to come back, so I apologize, but it'll get there eventually. I don't have my cloud save, so for some reason, I'm only on Ascension 2 on Steam. So we gotta grind. Now, what I want, because people were saying, I promise I won't chat this time. I won't chat. I want you to chat. But what I want you to do is I want you to coach me a little bit. Not just, I can't, he took, you know, cool-headed instead of cold snap, okay? I need you to piece together a couple of strategies for me. A, relative strengths of cards in Slay the Spire as we approach Ascension 20. And, I don't know, path selection. Okay, out of these, remove a card, max HP plus 7. I take 21 damage for a rare relic any day of the week. Calipers, we're looking like a frost-focused motherfucker on this one. Sorry, how long have we been doing this? Am I going to lose my my monetization on this video? Whatever, Slay the Spire in 2024. You can't take something that isn't there. All right. I'm beefing with Tomo right now. I don't really want to show him. Yeah. I'm in the middle of some very difficult calculations right now. He throws up. He meows at nothing. Hello, buddy. Also, I feel like he's like a second away from hitting me in the face, even though I didn't do anything.
Say that to me one more time. Look into the camera, Tomo. He really could be looking at you.
I know, he's upset with me. He's got problems with me.
Is that true, Tomo? Your problem? What's the problem, buddy? You tell me. I think he has a question. He has a paw over there.
No.
Feel that bald head. Smooth. Smooth.
We live, boys.
Smooth.
Best card in the game. Hi, Tomo. See, this is why I...
He grabbed you.
I know. Look, he's gonna hit me. Like, get him out of here. He's primed.
You primed.
I have like an uneasy alliance with this guy, and you're making him aggro towards me.
No, I'm trying to ease the beef.
He doesn't. He looks like he sees me as beef right now.
I am not extending his paw. He is extending his own paw.
He's not just stretching. Trust me, I know this guy.
He's the true boss.
I'm so I keep just feeling movement back there, and it's got me stressing.
He's in the tank position.
Okay, in my house, steam barrier, turbo, scrape, we take none. I take scrape on a claw build. Otherwise, those are some passes in my house. And we transform a strike every time. In the buffer, I'll take that any day of the week.
I'm tickling him with his own tail. Smell your own tail. Smell your own poop.
I kind of like that you're humbling him a little bit at least. That feels good.
Oh my god, you would love if there's another setting.
I need a door on my office. This is getting insane.
Aren't you happy that I told you that there's a centipede?
All right, now I gotta get back into my zone here, man. Hi, Tomo. I know you're all right. You were taking a nap. Now you're all riled up. Okay, I was waiting for you to tell me what to take. Let me tell you my normal thought process. I take rainbow a lot and then lose. However, I like fission, but the counterpoint is that I think that fission kind of sucks ass until it's upgraded so that it evokes instead of just removing. And then a second core surge. I mean, I think you take something here no matter what. A second core surge would be fine, but I think my play would be fission. And then I mean, maybe this is cowardly, but I think you just take ectoplasm. You got 350 gold in your pocket already. I take Bell from time to time. I do, but I mean, I still got a bias towards energy relics. This is a huge what situation? Really? I'm a sucker for Bell? Okay, Jonas Brothers, I see you. Pyramid is very strong. Ecto is not respected. Really? I think if you go back and watch any of my Slay the Spire videos, I think I've taken Runic Pyramid like 4 times total. I think I tend to take it over House and sometimes over the meme ones like Snecko Eye or something like that. Snecko is not a meme, it's just good. I'm fucking out, man. I'm way out of the meta. You're hitting me with like the amazing everything you just said is wrong right now. And I'm like, you're blowing my mind. I have previously been like, I have to apologize if I take Snecko Eye. Because people are going to like look down on me as a human being. Okay, this is very important. You don't have a lot of gold. Still, I'm a simple kind of man. We got lots of frost coming in. I think you can afford to cut a defend. And then out of these, pellets is OP. You're going to laugh. It's another... I never take it, man. I never take it. But it might actually be my least purchased relic in Slay the Spire. What year is it? It's amazing on defect. Remove all your... Okay. It counters bias cognition. Now you can take bias cognition. This is a run from the gods. It's so funny. This was a great idea. Because, like, for me, I'm like, this run doesn't seem like anything special right now. To me, this one kind of seems like it's going off the rails. Everybody's like, this is the best run I've ever seen. I'm like, obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I do look at Blizzard as kind of like a necessary card. I don't think it's a claw. Honest, I do like Recycle. I like claw, it's just not what I'm building for. Blizzard is trash? Bro, what do you mean Blizzard's trashed? You got it when you get into these long fights on Act 2 where like the boss scales like crazy, you gotta have something that scales, man. Never Blizzard? Never Blizzard? I thought it was like an archetype enabling card for the defect, bro. It's poo-poo, it scales too slowly. You're blowing my mind, man. Blizzard is trash, it's only good when you've already won. What the fuck? You're basing it on very old design decisions when defensive play was favored. Chad, is this real? Is this true? I will say, after I beat Ascension 20, I did a video that was like me ranking all the cards in a tier list with all the characters. And the Slay the Spire subreddit was like, this motherfucker has no idea what he's talking about or why he won. Which is true, but there's probably a nicer way to say it. Guess your lunch? Did Kate say it? Did Kate say guess your lunch? I'm gonna say it's a healthy bowl. It's Lunchdle. Dude, we were right to gamify everything. Attack, skill, power, purge my debuffs. You're gonna hit me like a truck. Guys like, what? He's right. I got it? Or are you guys messing with me? Am I anointed today? This is, I mean, not really, because I feel like I'm kind of showing my whole ass and Slay the Spire, but like I'm doing something. She said you got it? I'm actually crazy. Kate, you should play this. It has a certain sort of like Honkai Star Railness that I think would really appeal to you. No anime ladies in it? Excuse me, you haven't fought the Serpent Lady on Act 3. There's nude mods for this game too. Just knowing that puts you in questionable company, okay? That's like that's a scary thought. There's nude mods for every game. Do me a favor, don't try to defend yourself. You're cooked. You're the one who typed it, just own it, okay? Maybe you're not the one who typed it, but you wish you were. And that's even worse. You scumbag. You know what? Maybe, oh, this could be huge. Maybe it's actually positive that there's nude mods for everything. And I know you're going to say NLY. Why? It's too late in the stream for a trenchant observation. This is obviously going to be a disaster. Hang on, let me cook for a second. They tell you if you're afraid of public speaking, you should imagine everybody in the audience naked. And everybody's afraid of everything these days. So maybe it's just like an anxiety like mitigation technique that I hadn't previously considered. Maybe it's just like a coping mechanism. You're like so nervous for your like Slay the Spire run that the only thing that you feel like you can do is like, oh, if everybody was naked, then I wouldn't be so anxious. So I support it, because it would be problematic not to. What's the consensus on Slay the Spire, by the way? Is every A20 run winnable in the same way that like 99.99% of Isaac runs are winnable? Or is it like, I mean, what's the yardstick, I guess, is what I'm asking for. I'd say they're like 60% winnable. It's so funny for me to just read that and have no idea at all if you're like an authoritative source, but then just use that as my own personal metric for how winnable a run is for the rest of my life. Watchers like 90%? 90% winnable. If I'm not wrong, difficulty is like Watcher, then Defect, then Ironclad, then Silent. So like Watcher easiest, Defect second. That's crazy. I was thinking like Defect was way harder to me than the Ironclad. The Silent, I don't know. I just kind of, I think I lucked into like an amazing run when I won. I think it was a Shiv build. And when I posted it online, people on Twitter were like, holy F, you even did it with a Shiv build. And I was like, Shiv's the best deck. And they were like, this guy is brain dead. He has no idea what he's talking about. I gotta get the one that's like, teleport to the boss immediately upon entering the next floor. If you thought Sap was unintelligible, wait till you get Slay the Spire and you're just yeeting cards at 100 miles an hour. I'll plus to you for that one. That's funny. I'm not explaining anything at all. I'm not even thinking about what I'm playing in the slightest. Dude, Blizzard would be insane right now. Listen, you piece of crap. That's what I'm saying. You know, need Blizzard with 300 block? Yeah, but I need to, like, eat my lunch. I gotta get out of here, man. I got stuff to do, man. I gotta get to the tennis courts before the boomers get out of their dinner. It's only 2 p.m.? I know, that's the worst part, man. A single claw would carry. I definitely think that's like part of my problem, is that I have the, I think in terms of archetypes, right? So I'm like, oh, you can only take a claw on like a low cost attack build. And you can like only take cool-headed on like a frost focus build. When in reality, you're right, one claw would go insane right now. But then if the problem with taking one claw is as soon as I see a second claw, I'm like, every claw makes the previous claws even better. Okay, get ready, okay? This is gonna be over in 8 minutes. Sozu, WTF, Potion Belt Sozu. Oh, now Sozu's bad? What happened, man? What happened to the game I love? It's A2, stop. No, you got it backwards. It's A2, keep going so I can build good habits and not get my ass beat so bad on subsequent A's. It falls off on high. Oh, dude, that's great advice. Because my ass has been taking Sozu. Like, literally every time Sozu shows up, I'm like, oh, sick, Sozu. I got no scaling. How am I going to get through this fight, man? Slowly? I got to be honest, I got to get out of here. I gotta eat lunch. I got stuff to do. I have received none message from my wife yet about whether she's ready to stream. And I see that green dot on Discord. Don't tell me that it like if at post 2 p.m. you started a Mahjong Soul run, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Let's put it that way. Starting one at 1:52, knowing that they take 20 minutes, I'm a human being. I can understand that. If it got started at 2:06, at least we got some damage there. I heard her laugh up there. Was she watching like Super Attorney Woo? What's going on? She's live? She's watching you right now? I'm out of here. Okay, slash marker, slash raid. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow. We'll finish this Slay the Spire run, okay? I promise. We'll finish it. We'll finish it. Later. Susie's crew had a partner named Sasha, Dumper. I remember her number like the summer. It was her and Susie, yeah, they threw a slumber party, but you could not call it that because it was slumber. Well, it was more like spending the night, 3 in the morning, yawning, dancing under street lights. We chilling like a villain and feeling right. In the middle of the ghetto in the hood, but in spite. Although the bull S, we're on our backs staring at the stars above. Talking about what we're gonna be when we grow up. I said, what you wanna be? She said, alive. It made me think for a minute, then looked in her eyes. I could have died. Time went on. I got grown. Rhyme got strong. Came back home. Fine little Sasha was gone. Her mama said she was a dude that was treating her wrong. I kept on singing my songs and hoping at a show that she would one day be standing in the front row. 2 weeks later, she got found in the back of a school with a needle in her arm, baby, 2 months due. Sasha Thumper. It's like that, yo. I love who you are, love who you ain't. You're so Anne Frank. Let's hit the attic and hide out for about 2 weeks. Bruh.